Through the tutorials, you will familiarize yourself with the basic aspects of running your very own restaurant. You can also hold your left mouse button on the tutorial window and drag the tutorial box anywhere on the screen. Go ahead and give it a try, and then left-click on the Next button to proceed. Since this is your first taste of becoming a restaurateur, we will start easy and work our way up the ladder of experience. This will smooth out your learning curve. You are currently in the city view. You can zip around the city by moving the mouse. You can also look at the city from different angles and perspectives. Hold down the right mouse button while moving your mouse left or right. This will rotate the view. If you want to zoom in or out of the city, hold the right mouse button and press the Shift key. Then, while we're at it, let's look at next is the profit indicator. Now let's go into your restaurant. The area indicated by the arrows is the restaurant indicator. Once you start owning more and more this is the interior view of your restaurant. If you ever want to leave the restaurant, you can also double-click on any restaurant that you own. If you are ever doubtful about a button's function, simply mouse over the button. Your customers like to look at interesting objects while eating. These are the main categories of items that you may place in your restaurants. There are seating arrangements, decoration, there are wall-mounted, floor-mounted, and tabletop-mounted subcategories. For now, let's focus on wall-mounted items. The button is already highlighted in yellow. Left-click on the Next button when you are ready for the next step. All decoration items have at least one attribute, and at most two. Some increase a restaurant's comfort rating, while others may increase the decoration rating of your restaurant. These are indicated by the corresponding attribute bars. Higher rated attributes are desirable traits, and the higher their ratings, the more they will benefit your restaurant's ratings. Choose an item to place in your restaurant now by left-clicking on an item thumbnail. Now drag the object in hand onto the restaurant floor. While you're at it, place a few more items on the walls. When you feel you've got the hang of it, left-click on the Next button. Good going! Now that there are a few more items placed on your restaurant walls, let's see what we can do about the floor. Left-click on the Floor-Mounted button. This will bring up the available decoration items. Placing items on a restaurant floor is similar to mounting items on walls. Pick a few items that catch your fancy, then place them on the restaurant floor. When you are satisfied with the amount of decoration you have in your restaurant, left-click on the Next button to continue. You are obviously a quick learner. Remember, whenever you need help, you can Well done, Armand. Now that you know how to decorate your restaurant, let's see what you'll serve your customers. Below the menu is the food menu interface. You will notice that the food menu interface has been swapped with the recipes interface, the repository of all your available recipes. Below the food course button, notice the flag icon. Now, instead of flipping through the list one by one using the arrow button, you will notice on the bottom of the recipe interface 4 large round buttons. These are, from left to right, the duplicate recipe. To see your new recipe on the menu, now you're back in the food menu interface. The difference being, we have added a recipe. Now at least customers can order something. This is a rather Spartan selection that you offer. Let's try to add some variety to the menu by repeating the procedure to add more recipes. When you are done establishing your menu, left-click on the Next button to continue. Make sure you are viewing the food menu interface for this next step. Notice on the food menu how arrow buttons appear on the bottom corners of the menu pages. Use these buttons to flip through the pages of your menu. Why don't you see what you have decided to offer your future clientele by left-clicking on the previous page and next page arrow buttons? When you are done viewing the recipes in your menu, left-click on the Next button. So far, so good. Now that you understand a pop-up with a list of hot and cold. Let's tart up the menu design. There are 3 things you can do to alter your menu's appearance. You can also left-click on the text font and the background buttons to change your restaurant menu's appearance. Design your menu until you have customized it. There's only a bit more to go. If you ever want to view specifics regarding any recipe in your menu, simply double-click on the recipe name and you will be brought back to the recipe menu interface where you can view detailed information regarding. Notice the default price on the recipe menu, which is your restaurant. The last thing I want to go over with you is on the food menu. If you ever want to get rid of a recipe from the menu, say, "Excellent! You are becoming quite skilled at juggling recipes and menus." Now all you have to do is to properly set up your food menu for your new restaurant using the skills you have just learned in this tutorial. When setting up your menu, remember that variety is the spice of life. You have added decoration and placed recipes on the menu. Apart from your name, the staff list is almost. Notice how the interface now displays quite a bit of information. Let's break this information down into digestible chunks. Any restaurant needs at least a chef to prepare the recipes, a captain for taking orders, a server to, well, serve the food, and a receptionist to show the customers to their seats. Oh, and I almost forgot. You need to hire a kitchen porter to wash the dishes. Go ahead and hire all these posts. No need to hire a chef when you've got your trusting self to work the kitchen. Once you are done hiring, left-click on the Next button to continue. A word on receptionists. They can only carry out their duties effectively if they have a reception desk handy. You can find a reception desk in the interior panel. You remember how to place items to equip and decorate your restaurant, right? Now place a reception desk near the entrance of your restaurant. We will continue with training afterwards. This is also the ideal time to explain to you how to rotate, move, and delete items. Notice to delete an item. Good. Now let's go back to the staff panel. Let's start with the list mode. Notice the 2 small icons to the right of each. Now you're back in the detailed view. Most of the buttons are now available. You should already be familiar with the first 2. Good going. You are just about ready to start taking orders in your first restaurant. To open your newly equipped restaurant, left-click. Now just be patient and customers are bound to come in. If you are impatient, you can always accelerate the game's speed by left-clicking on one of the 4 speed bars to increase or decrease the game speed. Go ahead, try it. The round button to the left of the speed buttons is the pause. There's something you should know about. Now I'd like to explain to you about the Information Center interface. Looking at the column of buttons, we can now take a look at the top row of buttons. There are, from left to right, the restaurant ratings, sales report, statistics, income. Now go back to the rest. Pay special attention when you're ready to move on. Left-click on the. As you can see, wow, all this restaurant man.